Hello, R.Shea Brewing Universe family. I am Carl. I am the head brewer here at Canal Place.
And I'm Kyle, head brewer down at the Valley.
Today we're excited to tell you about our new release. It's our first Triple IPA that we've released for distribution in cans. And of course, being a Triple IPA, this is something a little bit different. This is Triple IPAs are all about, big, bold hops, big, equally bold, malt character. Subtlety is not really the defining characteristic of this style. So we put a lot of work and a lot of thought into building the recipe, the malt, how we're going to balance out the hops, how bitter it should be versus the malt character, how that's all going to work in balance. And I think, speaking for both of us, I think the thing we were most excited about the way this turned out was Kyle essentially, I think we could say, kind of took the lead on the hop bill. And I kind of took the lead on building the malts. What we did not expect was how well that these two elements, the malt and the hop bill, kind of work together in a synergy to kind of be better than, I guess, these some of the best parts, I guess. It's not that, we try to, we half-ass, malt bills or hop bills or whatever, but it just surprises how well they really work together. I think the biggest note that we found was the way that the sort of a kind of dark fruit, raisin, prune, dark fruit character of the darker malts that we used kind of worked in sync with the kind of berry, sounds slightly grapefruit character of the...
A little bit of melon.
Yeah, a little bit of melon too. From especially the Eldorado was doing a lot of work. And along with a little bit of we used a touch of honey malt too, which is a type of Illinois malt. And that's known for giving kind of a very slight, subtle tang to the beer too. So between that tang from the honey malt, the kind of dark fruit character from the caramel malts and the honey malt, and then the kind of berry melon character from the hop bill, kind of evokes this sort of, I guess you put it best, I think, a blackberry jam.
Yeah, it's you get that dark berry note, that complexity of sweet but still rich and dark, but it had enough sweetness and that tang from the honey malt in particular. Just it really put into my mind, like, not just these berries, but like cooking them down, sweeten them up, syrupy almost, without being cloying and tooth-rottingly sweet.
Yes. And I will say it is, like we said, it's a big, bold style. Maybe not the first beer you give to your friend who's just getting into craft beer. Perhaps it is very, like we said, there is big malt, there is big hops, there's bitterness that works in balance with that. But we think it works great. It's a treat of a beer, I think, between the ABVs, the refined malt character, the way the hops work together. Todd wants to make it there, so you want to go ahead and crack these open.
Sure.
Give these a taste.
Now, when you were working on the malt bill, was there a particular goal you had in mind as you were working on that recipe?
Well, admittedly, I never really worked on a triple IPA before. This is new to me, but knowing the style, what it is, obviously with the increased bitterness and hop loading, you kind of want more of a balance too. So you want a little bit more sweetness to balance out the bitterness. A bit more malt character. This is not a New England IPA. This is not aging. This is traditional,
I can see right through it.
Exactly, yeah. Crazy. It's clear beer. It's quite the gimmick. But yeah, so building a malt bill to kind of balance out the big, bold, bitter, but also kind of fruity malt character to it. So I thought about using, say, like Illinois malt. And then I had the idea to use honey malt instead, which is similar, does very similar things chemically that Illinois malt does, but like I said, the interesting thing about honey malt is it kind of gives a slight bit of a tanginess to it that we found.
Yeah.
And also you kind of get more like a honey sweet character to it.
Right.
As well.
And this beer, it started out its life as a bear trap down in the valley. And the one change we did make to it was in that initial batch, that tang from the honey malt, we might have gone a little too hard on. So we pulled that back a bit just to rein it in and get a little more balance to the final beer.
So with that said, the way it pours, it's kind of bordering on kind of a very rich gold to kind of like an orange almost, which goes well in hand with the theme of venture capital, money, gold, the El Dorado hops and everything.
Right.
Gold, money.
It all kind of keys back into itself in a nice way.
Right. And like I said, right in the nose, it's kind of like a jam, like a dark jam jelly from the hops.
Yeah.
And also, with the caramel and biscuit from the malt as well.
Yeah, and then just tasting it, you do get a lot of, like you said, the darker fruits, you do get a nice touch of, I get some melon, maybe a little bit of grapefruit from the hops, but a really nice deep caramel out of the malt as well.
Yeah. Deep is probably the best way to describe the beer, everything going. The color of it, the malt, the hop bill, there's quite a depth of.
Yeah, the ingredient list is about as long as my arm for this one.
Yeah, we were not shy in the ingredients that we used. Also, of course, being a triple IPA, I think we nailed it's got a nice full body. Better head retention than we would expect for a beer of this ABV, sitting slightly over 10%. Like a lot of beers we do, a lot of the IPAs, we always like to use a touch of, high protein malts like wheat. And some dextrin malts too as well, either carafoam or carapils, just to kind of add to that body and also help with foam, head retention, mouthfeel. And it does lace pretty nicely. Like I said, it's hard to get a high ABV beer like this to lace as well as it does, but I think it still laces nicely. It looks pretty in glass, and it looks the way I think it tastes.
It's a very pretty beer.
What we intend it to be, like I said, it's a special occasion beer. We think I think it's the best way to drink it.
Yeah, this is not something I think either of us would suggest. Going home and knocking back a few, a lot of work, a lot of love went into this. Take your time, savor it. It'll develop, much like a stout, it'll develop a bit as it warms. So yeah, take your time drinking it, enjoy it, seek out some of those subtleties in the flavor and some of that depth.
Yeah, and I think, as Kyle said, I think the best way to drink this is a beer that's best drunk over, say, maybe the course of an hour or two, I'd say pour it cold. And while the bitterness and the flavor is more mellow, just give your taste buds time to, I guess, get themselves accustomed to the bitterness, right? The hotness, right? While those flavors are still mellow and cold. And just kind of nurse it, and as it slowly warms up, you will start getting more of the kind of toasted malt character, the caramel, especially, the kind of raisin, plum, and especially like the El Dorado berry melon character will also start coming out more as it warms. So, yeah, if I had any suggestion, like Kyle said, pour it cold, drink it over the course of an hour or two. Kind of just let it slowly warm up as you drink it. Like I said, it is a very rich, potent beer, very strong flavors in there. So I think that's probably the best way to drink it. Pour it cold, while still nice and mellow, get your taste buds accustomed to it, and then kind of as it warms up, you will get more and more of the strong malt and hop character out of it.
Yeah, no, I think it's a very unique, very exciting beer. We've both been just buzzing with excitement for this to release. And with it being something that the two of us worked pretty closely on developing, it is a dual release. Not only is it releasing today, Friday, here at Canal Place, but we've got it down in the valley. We had it a couple days ago.
Yeah, so, preview, I suppose.
Yeah,
down in the valley.
Wherever you'd like to come visit us, we will have it for you.
Yeah, and likewise, we're excited to be releasing it today officially on Friday, June 10th at Canal Place. And if I'm still around, come say hi to me. But otherwise, cheers. We hope you guys enjoyed this as much as we do and enjoyed making it.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. We were excited. Like I said, we were excited to make it, and even more excited when we finally tasted it and went, wow, this turned out even better than I expected.
I continue to be excited every time I drink it.
Bros.